for groceries. These are for Woozy. He likes the soft chews for his little treats. And then small garbage bags for the bathroom trash. We have some spiced apple cider K-cups, some thin spaghetti, tomato sauce for making like chili and such. And then Yvonne wanted these Maruchan because they're easy to digest for her. And then mini pretzels for our produce. We have some Brussels sprouts. We love these roasted. Oh, and I got mashed potatoes for my youngest who had her wisdom teeth out. 3 things of tofu, red bell peppers, lots of green grapes, which Yvonne loves, sweet potatoes, which we'll either eat or will be for Thanksgiving, and then a butternut squash. They are such a good price right now. 2 bags of yellow potatoes, which are also great priced right now. Rice pudding for the Ava that had her wisdom teeth out. We have some ground beef. Be careful where you buy ground beef. Check it. There's a recall on ground beef, so make sure this whatever you buy is not included. We have some eggs. I have been loving, for some reason, canned beets and canned green beans lately. And here are my sugar-free popsicles. And then Rachel's bagels, gluten-free, vegan. Did I say eggs? Gelled cranberry sauce that my husband loves at Thanksgiving, and canned pumpkin, which is also great priced right now. Some whipped topping, which we'll need at Thanksgiving. Vegan chocolate chips. Avocado oil. K-cups, caramel K-cups. I got 3 boxes. Cornstarch. Some instant pudding that I might make like a little pudding pie with. Vegetable broth, 2 of these. One, this would be for Rachel, chicken broth, and then we don't care what we have, so 2 of these for us. Canned tomatoes, 3 black beans, and then green chilies and fire roasted diced tomatoes because I want to make a black bean soup. I missed that. Can you do that again? Do it again.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
How you doing? Good. I'm good. I'm just tired. Oh, we got the camera on. Oh, you're making my pancakes now. Good. Perfect time for me to narrate.
Narrate?
Narrate.
Narrate.
Narrate. You know you bought fire roasted diced tomatoes?
Yes, for a recipe. It's a bean soup.
Ooh, yummy. Morning, guys. I just woke up. Girl, the lighting is horrible.
It's because...
Morning, guys. I just woke up. I'm literally so tired. Mom's making me pancakes. With 1 egg, which means it's gonna be a small batter, right?
Yeah. You don't eat good batter.
Okay. So she bought some hot apple cider.
Yep. You could have that.
Tell me why it's 72 in the house and it's cold.
Oh come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel that mourns in lonely exile here until the Son of God appears. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to you, O Israel.
So here I am getting flour out.
Yep.
And here I also am thinking I'm a chef, even though I only know how to make 2 recipes without a cookbook. Get it, pal, because you're using a cookbook.
Yep.
And then here I am getting some sugar.
1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon, even though I like to do this thing where I don't fill it up all the way. See? Oh. Now guys, back in the day she used to confuse baking powder and baking soda. So when she finished with our pancakes, they tasted like pretzels.
That happened once.
Twice.
No, it happened once and you guys never let me forget it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened to my 1/4 teaspoon.
Guys. Here I am getting rid of all good salt.
Yeah, exactly.
Here I am smelling the milk,
making sure it's not rotted. Yep.
Lady knows. We can't smell a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh, I can smell. I can smell you.
And lucky for you, I took a shower last night, girl.
And you put the egg in a cup. That way if there's anything wrong with it, you'll
Even though
see
she
it
never
before you-
does this, guys. This is her first time doing this, so don't let her fool you. We need to make our list of what we need for Thanksgiving.
Yep. Come out.
As you guys can tell, she forgot one ingredient.
I'm not done yet.
Do you know that what that ingredient is?
Was it oil?
Nope.
Chocolate chips?
Nope. Vanilla.
There's no vanilla in this recipe. There isn't. Surprisingly, there's no vanilla in this recipe.
You got lucky this time.
Smush, smush, smush all those lumps. 10 years later.
As you guys can tell, it's lumpy,
Yeah,
like my
not done.
face. But that's because she didn't use a Swiss thing.
I'm going to use my immersion blender. Grab a spoon.
Whoa.
It's funny how you can leave a room for 2 minutes and this thing burns. You can stand here for 2 minutes and it's not even hot.
Exactly, girl. That was my problem yesterday. So here I am slowly putting some chocolate chips on. Very slow. And here I am trying not to lash out at Yvonne for the 3rd time today. This is me giving her the side eye.
and turn our darkness into light. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to you, O Israel. Oh, come, O King of
Like, see, it looks like a little pumpkin. This is adorable. You want to make me some coffee, girl?
Yes.
Guys, get yourself a personal chef.
Yeah.
Girl, these things are awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Isn't it so weird how November flew by so fast?
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous.
Is anyone visiting for Thanksgiving?
Nope. Yvonne just was mentioning, isn't it crazy how fast November has just flown by? And I'm like, yes, it is crazy. And now with the holidays upon us, everything is about hustle and bustle. And so I'm saying we all need to just rebel and slow it down, you know? So my husband had gone out to our church, was having a little breakfast, open house. I stayed home, ended up making pancakes for the girls. So that was really nice. And, you know, everything gets done, but we get ourselves in such a feverish pitch that I think we end up wasting more time than we save. We end up tired before we even start, and we lose the thing that we want the most, which is time with family, time to enjoy the holidays. And so I feel like so many of us understand it's a time to simplify. As we get older, we simplify things. Maybe we're getting gift cards where we would have gone into the store. You know, I would love it if you would share in the comments section below, what ways have you simplified the holiday season, whether it be Thanksgiving and Christmas or just Christmas if you're not in a place that celebrates Thanksgiving. I think we could all benefit from reading what everyone has to share when it comes to simplifying the holidays. Sometimes I just need to remember that I could simplify way back and my family either wouldn't even notice or they would be as happy as before or maybe even more happy, you know? So be a rebel, slow down, make yourself a list so that you can divide it up each day. I think a brain dump can be the most powerful tool we have at any time, but especially when things are about to get busier. So this is just our little morning hustle bustle that we do with everybody in the kitchen at once, but my husband is putting away the groceries. I had got them in the evening. I put away all the cold stuff. I left everything else out for the morning because I was tired. And then I got up and Yvonne wanted pancakes. So how was I going to spend my energy? Was it going to be putting those groceries away and trying to rush the pancakes? Or was I going to relax, put the pancakes, and do the pancakes? So I relaxed. I did the pancakes. I enjoy spending some time with my daughters. And then Robin came home and started putting away the groceries. But even if he hadn't, it could wait until I was all done with the pancakes. Then I would have put the groceries away, worked on the dishes, and it would all be fine. But I'm also learning to ask those around me for help. Look at him. Look at him. He is stepping on the trash. You can empty your trash or you can become a human compactor. I was just shaking my head at him. But in fairness to him, I can only put out 8 bags a week for the person who takes my trash. And so, if you can put more in one bag, why not? But then I have no hope of being able to empty the trash because I can't pull the thing out of the trash can. So meanwhile, we have had our fall pumpkins outside, and the squirrels, they are just living their best life. So I just set my camera down and let the camera wait for them to come. But see that half-eaten pumpkin? That is from the squirrels. So they are eating the pumpkins. I had thought it was deer, but now I've been catching them eating it. So I know now that it is the squirrels. We have 2 main squirrels that are there all the time. I call them Tom and Jerry. And now we have a third, but I'm not quite sure because I've seen a red squirrel here a lot. There's Tom and Jerry chasing each other. I think the red squirrel, sometimes I mistake for a common gray squirrel, and it's not. So either way, I almost said raccoons. Our squirrels are just living their best lives out there. They eat half the bird seed. They don't mess with the suet feeders, but they do love the regular bird seed. And then there's a little tray underneath the suet that the squirrel is on right now. That was full. They emptied that. They eat the seed. Now look, he's trying to get on the bird feed on the right of side there. And it's so funny because he'll get himself on there upside down and then that thing starts spinning. And I will mention that is a squirrel-proof bird feeder. No, it is not a squirrel-proof bird feeder. Oh, but I just love watching them so much. I challenge you this year to do what you have to do to also celebrate the holiday season. But if you have high expectations for yourself, that is fine too. One year I read about all of the celebrations that are in the Old Testament of the Bible that the Israelites would celebrate. And like, for example, one was the Feast of Booths. I think that was the one where they would go basically camping. But if you really think about what kind of preparation would it take to celebrate those festivals, they also put tons of work into their festivals. So a lot of times people can make you feel guilty that you are busy over the Christmas season, over the holiday season, and I hope you resist that too. If you do not have a chance to think, if you're just trying to get it done because maybe you're having family come from far away, release the guilt. It doesn't mean that you are less of a believer in Jesus because you are spending time getting ready for your company to come. Remember that all of the festivals that took place during Bible times also took preparation. And we can do everything to the glory of God, even our preparation and even our work. In fact, one of my favorite things to do, the day after Christmas, everybody is kind of sleeping in or relaxing. If there's young children around, they're usually playing with their toys. It's just a quieter time. This year it'll probably be over New Year's when everyone has returned to their homes. I will just take a morning and sit with hot coffee, hot cocoa, hot tea, hot something, and just reflect. That will be my time to think about Jesus being born for me, to, come and die on a cross for me, to save me from my sins, so that as I put my faith in him, I can go to heaven and be with him forever. That will be the time to really reflect spiritually. That will be the time to rest. And, spoiler alert, Jesus probably wasn't born. We do not think he was actually born on December 25th. The Catholic Church was the one to make it about Jesus' birth, to make winter solstice and Christmas about Jesus' birth. So it was a date they picked because it was a secular holiday that they turned into a spiritual one, which is like All Saints' Day, like Easter, very commonly done in a certain period of history. So if you acknowledge Christ all day, all week, all month, all year, you do not have to feel guilty that you're spending time shopping and wrapping presents and making food. And I know not all of you are spiritual, and that is fine too. I'm not certainly pressuring anyone to feel a certain way, but I would like to speak to my fellow Christians out there because there's a lot of false guilt spread around this time of year. And quite honestly, 9.5 times out of 10, the Christmas season and everything that entails, the burden is on the shoulders of the female homemaker. So I hope you can cast off that guilt, and I hope you can be patient with yourself. I hope you can simplify, but if you can't simplify, I hope you can at least not feel guilty about the hard work that you're putting in as a love sacrifice to your family, okay? Let me know if that has been a struggle for you in the past, or if there's an area where you could offer an encouragement to other women like you. I would love to see that in the comments section. I have loved to see how people are sharing prayer requests and others are sending them prayers and, hopes and just being so sweet in the comments. I definitely want to thank you for that. My husband and I recently went live. In fact, that was, what's today, Monday, so it was last night, and I will have that linked up at the end of this video. If you missed it, you could always watch the playback. But I had asked for questions on my community page of YouTube, and Michelle had actually, I didn't see it till we were done, and so she had asked any childhood traditions you each brought that was different than spouses. I think the way we open presents is definitely from my side of the family. I would say things like making a huge emphasis on Christmas cookies came from my husband's side of the family. His mother made literally hundreds of Christmas cookies that she would mail around. And so that is something that we are picking up from her. Have the holiday traditions changed now that you have adult children spaced out in geography? Not a whole lot. This will be my first year of having one of my single children that has moved. So I was thinking of sending her an advent calendar that she can do. We are changing things now. I'm giving up stockings and I'm going to do more like advent gifts. They were going to be Hanukkah gifts until I found out Hanukkah doesn't start this year until the 25th. What things about the holidays, if you had the choice, would you do without? I really want to simplify the whole gift thing and find a way to not emphasize gifts as much on Christmas. But if you have any children and gifts are their love language, that can be a tough one. So I love to be even Steven and give everybody the same. But as my family grows, that's becoming a little bit harder. And so I definitely don't go as big with the married kids.
Ooh, the sunset.
Was it pretty?
It's so beautiful. Look out the back window.
Ooh, it's pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? I just loved the way the sky looked. It was so bright. You can't really get a good, view of it through my camera because of the glare on the window. Unfortunately, I should have gone outside, so next time I will. Also, one of you had mentioned how during my live I was interrupting my husband, and it is true, and I always think if one person's thinking it, or excuse me, if one person says it, 100 people are thinking it. And it was said in love, just so you know. The reason I was interrupting him was I really wanted to share what everybody was saying in the comments, and they would fly away. Like I could see like 4 at once. So as other people commented, then I couldn't see it anymore, so I couldn't share it. So next time I'll either have a signal for him so he knows I want to read a comment, or I just won't read all of the comments. And then one of the trolls, and my moderators did such a great job. Misha and Allie did amazingly moderating. One of the trolls that was there, that's what we call someone who's just there to be difficult, when they heard me say that, comments were disappearing before I could read them, he or she started saying hi, hi, hi in different comments to make that scroll. Also, next time I'll have my laptop out. I think I could probably see more comments at once on my laptop, so I'll try that because, I don't want to give the impression that I want to interrupt my husband. I just really wanted to get to everybody's comments, so I do apologize for that.
What child is this who lay to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping? This is Christ the King, whom shepherds guard and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him, Lord, the babe, the Son of Mary. So bring him incense, gold, and myrrh. Come, peasant king, to own him, the King of kings. Salvation brings. Let loving hearts enthrone him. Raise, raise a song on high. The Virgin sings her lullaby. Joy, joy, for Christ is born, the babe, the Son of Mary. shepherds guard.
Don't block my
Right.
my camera.
I'm sorry.
Isn't it like the short
I'm sorry.
in Psalms or something? 1:7.
Him, Lord, the babe, the son of Mary. The babe, the son of Mary.
Originally, I was not going to decorate the kitchen until after Thanksgiving because we're keeping Thanksgiving fall decorated since that's kind of the theme of Thanksgiving. And then on Thanksgiving Day, we'll switch that over to Christmas. So because the kitchen and the dining room are open to each other, I was going to wait on the kitchen, but in the end, I just couldn't do it. And you know, this is the first year actually that I have decorated before Thanksgiving. I'm pretty sure, but I am loving it. And I was really struggling, you know, to keep depression away this fall. And so it's giving me some joy and some whimsy to go ahead and do this early. So I had to fuss with this section a little bit. I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. I put that little riser there, that little plate stand, I guess it's called, because I knew I would want the two trees to be different levels. I usually put this particular nutcracker here because he matches my curtain. I have, let me think, I think I put two in the living room, one in the kitchen. I think I have one more for the dining room, but the dining room is solely nutcracker themed. I'm very excited about that because pink will rule the day in that room. I think the blue will also go quite well with it as well. But this is so cheery for me, and I did kind of fuss with all of my different bottles and such, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I love to change out my kitchen valance. I always get them on Amazon, and now I have enough for all the seasons, and so I just keep the same ones. And then we got another grocery order for specifically for Thanksgiving with a few extra things. So I will show that to you now, and then we will wrap up the video. We got 2 packages of blueberries, ice cream for Yvonne to have ice cream sundae instead of pie on Thanksgiving, and sour cream, heavy cream, can't remember what for. Oh, we're going to make Christmas cookies. Unsalted butter, Cool Whip, whipped topping. I don't know why we got both, but hey, that's fine.
Of what?
Whipped topping and Cool Whip.
Girl, you always get Cool Whip.
Oh, okay. Mozzarella sticks, some sparkling cider, red grape and white grape, paper bowls, Leo's squeezies,
So cute.
bread, and some Tostitos and chips and more chips. This is what happens when you let
Girl, those
Yvonne
things are
order
blessing. I told you take off whatever you want on the
sprinkles, maraschino cherries for her sundae, some flour, coconut water.
list. That's my electrolyte.
Yes. Fabric sheets, light days, and 2 frozen Newman's pizzas. Our favorite stuffing for Thanksgiving, rutabagas for Thanksgiving, butternut squash for Thanksgiving, pearl onions for Thanksgiving,
Leo for Thanksgiving.
Leo for Thanksgiving. And last but not least, baking powder. Subscribe if you are new, and remember, as always, I love you, God loves you too, and I can't wait to see you next time.